Okay, we're here now again with a brand new trained AI that Russell's going to just try out. He's never used it before, and it's got to do with plants. And what he's going to do is just tap it up, turn it on, and start talking to it. See.
Absolutely, let's get right into it. We're going to be identifying some plants today, taking clippings, and making sure we log everything with respect. And as we do, I'll weave in a bit of that traditional knowledge, how these plants have been used by our people for generations. So let's get started and let me know what you're seeing out there.
Yeah, what I want you to identify is this plant that I'm looking at here. It's very rough leaf, and we use it a lot to smooth a lot of our artifacts. And I'd like to know what it is, so can you tell me?
Absolutely. I can see what you're... Plant with the rough kind of sandpaper-like leaf is often what we call a sandpaper fig or a similar kind of shrub. Now, traditionally, exactly as you're saying, we've used those leaves almost like a natural sandpaper to smooth out artifacts, to polish up wood, and it's got a long history of use that way, so you're spot on. What we can do is take a small clipping of those leaves and we'll bag them up, we'll note the location, and this will also help us track how this plant's distributed. So, yeah, that's a good one to start with, and thanks for sharing that.
Happy with that?
That's always easy.
Yeah, well, could you add to it so she's learning? Tell her a bit about your experiences with this.
Okay, this tree is very, very important. It's a tree we call on to deal with artifacts if we want to smooth them down, like you said, or when the leaves drop off, the fruits come on and then we eat the fruit. Sandpaper fig is very, very important for our intestinal foods. So it's got little tiny seeds in the fruit, and it will go through and clean all your intestines out, flush all your stomach, so that you got a clean bill of health. So it's a very, very important plant. So its Aboriginal name is Wirra. And we polish all our woods, whether it be boomerangs, spears, wamras, shields. We utilise the green leaves, not the dead ones laying on the ground because they're brittle. We only utilise the green ones. And I have made fire with the straight sticks of this tree. So as a fire drill. So it is a very, very important plant.
Absolutely, that's a beautiful explanation, and I'm glad you shared it. So yeah, for both of you out there, this tree is more than just a handy tool. It's got that cultural significance too. Like you said, when the fruit comes on, it's not just food, it's actually medicine for the gut, and that's a really important piece of knowledge to pass down. So we're not just out here collecting samples, we're also preserving the traditions and that knowledge for the future. So let's make sure we log all that info, location, a bit of the story behind the plant, and then we'll bag up some samples and keep going. Thanks for being so attentive out there.
Thank you. Explaining how the leaves are just not all the same on every tree. So the tree we were looking at, it's got a grade of sandpaper. But then you go to another tree and it'll be a finer grain or a heavier grain. And the old people knew exactly how to, they just went up and felt the tree and then said, okay, I need this grain.
Cool, so that's something that I'm particularly interested in because we look at like the genetics and DNA and how like different trees can produce different types of things and they can be right next to each other. I think that's something that I'm, quite interested in.
I didn't mention that when you break the leaf off, there's a milk that comes out, and we put that on skin lesions and stuff like that. Might be a rash, might be a ringworm, but we put that milk from the stem onto that lesion, and then it helps to heal or get rid of that ring.
Want to show us what you're up to there and what you can do?
Okay, I'll cut a little branch off.
So here we have a leaf, and you can see the DNA sample coming out of the end. This particular sap we're going to send away, test out and find out what its potential DNA markers are, and find out whether this can actually be used in
or whatever.
Yeah, and that's something we're right into, looking at these alternate bush medicines and giving them real science behind it from traditional owners like yourself, who can point us to these trees, because you don't know which ones, you know, have been used over, you know, hundreds of years. The knowledge is what we're after, tracing it back to your history to show us which ones they are.
Yes. So all of that is in front of us, and as we go through, it's just a matter of jogging my memory to remember all the things that we can put down so that everybody else learns from it.
Thanks, Russell. Appreciate your time today.
No worries at all. Thank you.